Hey everyone, so you finally saved up for that perfect drone to capture your next trip, only to realize you're lugging around something heavier than your camera bag and now you're stuck filling out FAA paperwork before you even get it in the air. That's the exact frustration I had until I picked up the DJI Mini 4 Pro with the DJI RC2 remote. It's the one that weighs under 249 grams, so you can literally toss it in your jacket pocket and forget it's there. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The first thing that blew me away was how easy it is to travel with. I took this thing to the Canadian Rockies last month and it fit right in my day pack with my lens and a couple of batteries. No extra case, no extra weight, and because it's under the 249-gram threshold, I didn't have to register it with the FAA. That alone saved me a weekend of paperwork and a $5 registration fee, which is basically the cost of a coffee these days. Then there's the flight time. I'm used to my old drone dying after 15 minutes, so I always carried a spare battery and a power bank just to be safe. With the Mini 4 Pro I'm getting closer to 30 minutes per battery, and that's with the wind picking up on the ridge. I flew it at sunrise over Lake Louise and the colors were unreal, no washed out highlights, just crisp pinks and purples that looked like they came straight out of a postcard. The 4K sensor does a great job holding detail even when the sun's still low on the horizon. The DJI RC2 remote is another game changer. It's got a bright, 5.5-inch screen that's actually readable in direct sunlight, so I'm not squinting at my phone while trying to frame a shot. The sticks are smooth and the latency is basically non-existent, which makes tracking moving subjects way easier. I used the active track mode to follow my friend on a mountain bike trail and the drone locked on perfectly even when he weaved through trees. I didn't have to switch to manual mode once. Something I didn't expect was the omnidirectional obstacle sensing. On a recent hike I was flying down a narrow canyon and the drone just stopped itself when it sensed a rock face inches from its props. I've crashed drones before by not paying attention, so having that extra set of eyes around the whole aircraft is a huge relief. It also means I can fly closer to branches or rocks without constantly worrying about a flyaway. The video transmission is solid too. I streamed live to YouTube from about 8 kilometers out while standing on a ridge, and the feed stayed smooth the whole time. That kind of range gives you real flexibility when you're scouting locations or trying to get a unique angle without hiking back and forth. Now, I do have a couple of small things to mention. The included battery is great, but if you're planning longer sessions you'll probably want to grab a couple of extras because 30 minutes can disappear fast when you're experimenting with shots. Also, the propellers are tiny, so losing one in the wind is easier than with bigger drones. I keep a spare set in my kit just in case. Overall, this drone hits the sweet spot for travelers and beginners who want pro-level footage without the bulk. It's light enough to forget, smart enough to avoid obstacles, and the camera delivers the kind of detail that makes your social feed stand out. If you've been putting off upgrading because of weight, registration hassles, or flight time, this one solves all three without breaking the bank. Check the link below if you want to see the current price and grab one for your next adventure. For most buyers, the real question is not whether DJI Mini 4 Pro, DJI RC2, drones with camera for adults 4K, under 0.549 lbs/249G, 34 minutes flight time, 20 kilometers max video transmission distance, omnidirectional vision sensing, mini drone for beginners sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like 1, travel light and skip registration and for the latest aircraft firmware actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off.